Today we're going to be reviewing WWF wrestling video games for this video game system, Sega Genesis. Now, Sega Genesis was really the first system I grew up playing, as I was born in December 1986, and the first system we had in our household was the Nintendo Entertainment System. But as you can see, I was pretty young, so I pretty much just used to watch my brother play Nintendo. We got Sega for Christmas in 1992, and that was the first system I started playing at that time. So I'm familiar with every single game here that Aftershock wants me to review. So I'll tell you about my experiences playing these games and give you a little review about each game. The first game is Wwf Super Wrestlemania, which was released in 1992 and developed by Sculptured Software for Sega Genesis. The roster includes the Ultimate Warrior, the Immortal Hulk Hogan, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, the Macho Man Randy Savage, oh yeah, Erwin R. Shyster, also known as IRS, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, and Papa Shango. Anyways, what's interesting about this game is that if you think about it, the roster is almost identical to the Saturday Night's Main Event show from November 1992. As the matches for that show were Warrior and Savage against DiBiase and IRS, the British Bulldog against Shawn Michaels, and you also had Bret the Hitman Hart against Papa Shango. So if you took out Hulk Hogan and replaced with Bret Hart, you basically have the same roster as the last Saturday Night's Main Event, which took place on November 14th, 1992. Let's talk about the game now. This was the first WWF wrestling game on Sega Genesis, and to be honest, it felt like playing an NES WWF video game, but with better graphics. It kind of reminds me a little bit of WWF Steel Cage Challenge, but without a steel cage. There are 3 modes that are in this game. There's a one-on-one match, a tag team match, and a Survivor Series match. I figured that they would have a WrestleMania mode instead of a Survivor Series mode, but that was a pretty cool concept since you didn't really have any Survivor Series mode in past games. To be quite honest, this game wasn't that good, but probably the best thing about the Sega Genesis was that you could perform finishers, even though some of the finishers were not even really the real finishers for WWF Superstars. The audience was kind of interesting. They looked like clones, the same guy over and over again. Some of the clones were wearing different clothing. Look at the commentary booth. I assume that's Vince McMahon and Bobby the Brain Heenan, but it's kind of tough to tell as well. And I remember the referee was like, 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, ding. And I also know, I believe in one-on-one mode, you can go for the World Wrestling Federation Championship belt, where you have to defeat the other 7 wrestlers in the game in order to win. I used to play some cool, funny music like Think Lunch used to be like da 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 do 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 do. We'll play that music when he would introduce you in the match. I'll talk about a little bit about the theme music I remember from this game. The Warriors sounded very good and pretty realistic. The Macho Man's was good. The Bulldogs, you know, the British national anthem, everything was fine there. Hoax was like da 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 da. Now Michaels was kind of interesting. It was like dun 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 do do do. It's like 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready, and 4 to go. 5 for the woman, 6 for my wealth, 7 for my health, and 8 for the da 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 da. I don't know. Michaels' theme wasn't realistic compared to what it should be, and Shango's was kind of weird too. It was like boom 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 dun dun dun. It's close, but not that realistic. And IRS had completely fake music. It was like people paying their taxes, like it was very strange theme music for IRS. I had a glitch one time in this game where I was the Ultimate Warrior, and somehow he started walking around on top of the barricade, and he wouldn't come off. That was pretty funny. I've never seen anything like that before. In the game, the Warrior does the flying clothesline move, like he just jump up and down, and then he just nails you out of nowhere with the clothesline. The Bulldog does his running power slam. Shawn Michaels does like a side suplex type maneuver, which I guess goes with his finisher at the time because he really wasn't doing Sweet Chin music too much at that point. Savage does the elbow off the top rope. DiBiase, you got to go behind your opponent to get the $1 Million Dream. Kind of hard to do. And Papa Shango does a shoulder breaker. And Hogan does a leg drop, but he just doesn't run off the ropes. He just stands there right in front of you and nails it. So they did pretty much do their realistic finishers. And the gameplay is okay. I remember in Survivor Series mode, you would have to press A start to get another guy in the corner. You push the A start button at the same time. Because otherwise you just have your two guys and then you'll never see you there too. So just make sure you press A start to get another healthy, fresh energy guy on the ring apron. It would have been cool if they had a Royal Rumble mode, maybe expand the roster to 12, but you know, it was the first game for Sega, so what do you expect?
Step into the ring with the hottest WWF superstars like Hulk Hogan and Bret the Hitman Hart. Body slamming WrestleMania action is now on all video game systems.